Somebody actually confessed that they completely rubbished my previous video where I insisted that Azimio is not crumbling and that in fact Azimio is regrouping for the next stage of this fight, political fight against the Ruto administration. And this person added that they changed their minds when they saw Uhuru and Raila Odinga together somewhere in Kiambu wearing the same color shirts. Well, I will cover that in more detail in the next video. But for now, these are the very important highlights from that video, which some rubbished, and no offense taken. Yeah, I understand. People have strong political opinions. But my work here is to work with the facts and to give you the analysis to the best of my God-given ability. That's it. So I have no hard feelings. These are the highlights of that video. These highlight videos are proving to be invaluable because it seems there are many people who cannot go through a 30-minute intensive analysis, and therefore they just want it briefly. I believe it is also a good way of reminding ourselves of the main points in the previous video, which remain important as we go forward in our politics. Karibu sana. They've been in this business for very long. They've been doing this for a long time. And when people do something for a long time, when an organization does something for a long time, it has a certain advantage, expertise. Bottom line, what I'm saying is that most of that information in that article is accurate. Okay? So where's the problem? The problem is in putting all that information together. Okay? So that you conclude and tell people this is what this information means. And indeed, that is the problem we have in our media currently. On my show today, I want to introduce a brand new angle. And that is, can we look at that information about all that drama that has been within Azimio and then link it, wait for this one, to the recent meeting Uhuru Kenyatta had with envoys from the United States, the United Kingdom, the European Union, Switzerland. And first, let's get something out of the way, okay? And I'll get it out of the way by asking a very simple question. Would it be in the interest of Uhuru Kenyatta, fourth president of Kenya, to destroy the Azimio coalition? Simple question. The simple answer is no, and a very firm no. It would not be in the interest of Uhuru Kenyatta to destroy Azimio. Indeed, the very opposite is true. It is in the best interest of the former president that Azimio remains intact and powerful. The most profound statement by any politician in recent times that quickly summarizes these bipartisan talks, drama, and everything surrounding it. You know, the Iron Lady is no nonsense. This is what Karua said, and I quote, "The committee was formed," of course she's referring to the bipartisan chaps, "the committee was formed by the unwilling, composed of the incompetent, to do the unnecessary." I would like to thank from the bottom of my heart all those of you Kumekuchans, Kumekucha supporters who have responded during this season and have gifted me very generously. Thank you very much. And I appeal to those who are still coming to take note of the number you see in front of your screens right now. And thank you so much in advance. Usually this boost helps me more than most of us will ever understand. It is one of the key reasons why this channel is able to survive and go through so many challenges in this fight for a better Kenya. It is not easy, but it must be done. And thank you so much, Kumekuchans, for sticking to your word and being consistent through these 2 years or so. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly. Now let's very quickly break it down. What does she mean when she says the committee was formed by the unwilling? It means both sides of the political divide were not willing to sit down and talk. Okay? Now we already know that, I think. But anyway, in case there was any doubt, there it is. Now what this tells us is that these meetings Uhuru Kenyatta was calling, to scuttle the talks, you now look at his actions in a very different light. He could not have been alone. Nobody was willing to go ahead with these talks. So who forced them into the meeting? We'll come back to that in a minute. Composed of the incompetent to do the unnecessary. The very simple question you should ask here is, what was the necessary thing to be done? Because what was done, the bipartisan talks, was unnecessary. Okay, according to Martha Karua. So what was necessary? Well, the Iron Lady, moto ya kuotea mbali sana. Well, very simply put, the necessary was to announce the correct presidential election results of August 2022 and thus swear in the correct winner, the real winner of the presidential election 2022. What the Iron Lady was saying is that the talks were a complete waste of time and they predictably produced the wrong results. Nobody touched on the cost of living and the other things that affect Kenyans. Nobody touched on that. But she correctly traces the problem right from the beginning. This thing was formed by the unwilling, composed of the incompetent to do the necessary. And therefore what they produced was rubbish, predictably. Now with that Martha Karua statement, it is very easy to directly link. Kindly take note of my careful choice of words. It is very easy to link this drama of Uhuru Kenyatta and trying to scuttle the talks with the meeting President Uhuru Kenyatta had with the Wazungu. This Karua revelation also now explains very neatly the behavior of gallant, patriotic Raila Amolo Odinga. It also explains why none of the usual suspects are saying anything about a return to maandamano. Hii mambo ya maandamano wachana naye, sahau kabisa. Hakuna maandamano yengine mtakuwa naye nyinyi wa Kenya. Sahau hiyo maneno. Okay? Na munisikize na makini. Now, that is the Swahili translation of what some very powerful people said to Azimio. Azimio is not breaking up. It is reorganizing and regrouping. So, in other words, it is not that Karua, Eugene Wamalwa, and the Mount Kenya group have decided that the decisions being made within Azimio are wrong, that Azimio is going in the wrong direction, and therefore they have decided to pull away, stay away from Azimio, while pretending that Azimio is still intact. That cannot be the true position. Although admittedly, what has been happening can very quickly convince you that that position which is not correct is a correct position. You know, Kenyans have never been able to understand, most Kenyans, that when a man called Eugene Wamalwa speaks, it is actually President Uhuru Kenyatta, former President Uhuru Kenyatta, speaking. That is a Uhuru Kenyatta puppet, if we can call him that, with all due respect to Eugene Wamalwa. And Eugene Wamalwa is on record as having told us he has not signed that document, and he will not sign it. Same with Martha Karua. But they've also told us they're still in Azimio. But now that should no longer be confusing. You totally understand what is going on. You know, Azimio has one deadly weapon the opposition in Kenya has never had in its entire history. Can you guess what it is? This weapon is so deadly. Oh, it is so deadly. UDA and the William Samoei Ruto government have no chance against this weapon, this secret weapon. None at all.